Hi, hello everybody, and welcome to LaneSmash Season 5. I am Gelos, and I am casting for today, and I am joined by, as always, my good friend Billawan. Today we
Hi.
are casting SHSK versus TM again. It's round 2, basically, for them. For the SHSK team, for those of you that had watched last time, we had seen them do really, really well when it came to holding on to a kind of close-knit base with good amount of cover inside of it. Where they fell flat, however, was countering any kind of cheese that TM ended up pulling. For the TM side, what we know from their last time was they were fantastic, once again, at pulling cheese. They had maxes and buses and lull pods as often as they possibly could. We had a great showing by both teams last time around, and I expect, due to this map being the way that it is, we're going to see another pretty interesting match.
Oh yeah, you didn't announce the map yet. For anyone that just tuned in and didn't look at the sheet, it's gonna be Mani Biolab to Freya M Station with Aurora Materials being a neutral base, so that's gonna be interesting.
It is.
Because it forces an initial move from both teams. You can't just start out defending. No, this initial base will fall to either of the teams.
So I'm going to put it on the map screen here. We'll take a look at the actual map. So B-Way, the SHSK team, Freyr Amp is going to be their home base. Meanwhile, the TM team is going to start at Manny, the neutral being Aurora Mats. This is what everyone's going to go for right at the beginning. Because it's going to be a neutral base, that means that whoever gets there first can hold on to it, but it doesn't really matter how long they hold on to it because the other person can come in last few seconds and cap it back because it is neutral. So there's going to be some interesting plays that always happen on neutral bases. Now, if we want to look at the more specific parts of the map, we'll start with Aurora Mats, obviously. So Aurora Mats, fairly well covered when it comes to ground cheese. I'd say there is a mountain that everyone kind of knows from live. This tends to have a lot of tanks, and because we see TM starting on that side, we might see some shelling happening from that
I
side.
don't feel like that mountain is relevant for a neutral base though, because you're gonna try and hold the point building and the point holding only, the point building only. And those tanks from up the hill, they don't reach there. They only reach when you're coming out of the spawn dead area.
The match is delayed 10 minutes due to some technical issues.
Okay. 10-minute delay right there.
Yep.
But so I don't feel like the tank shelling will be relevant here, even though it's very strong from those mountains. But yeah, I think it's too hard to pull off, honestly. And it doesn't matter as long as it's neutral. And then you're so exposed, it doesn't really work unless you have overpop, which does not happen in LaneSmash.
Yeah, obviously you can't have it in LaneSmash. These are 50-50 fights. So this mountain probably not so much of a threat from the offset. So TM still very well known for their cheese. So I do expect some kind of plays here anyway. Now, if we talk about the B-Way side, what we remember from their last match was they were fantastic, actually, at holding onto a base without having to worry too much about spawns. They didn't have to pull as many buses, but they ended up at last minute. They ended up losing the base because of that lack of spawn options. So hopefully the SHSK team has kind of learned from their mistakes, and maybe we're going to see a little bit more ground play, a little bit more buses, maybe some tanks even from the SHSK team. I want to see a little bit more of that because that is really where they fell flat last time. Where they had an okay airplay last time, but when it comes to Esamir, not much of a difference really from the last lane we saw him on, but it's still going to be very important that they have spawn options this time.
You say that SHSK didn't have a ground game last time, no ground armor game. I have to disagree with that. I feel like most of what we saw was TM dominance.
Yeah.
And sorry, did I get you wrong? Did you say SHSK didn't have a ground game?
Yeah, we just didn't see a lot of the ground game from SHSK.
I agree then.
Yeah. So what we saw last time, again, not a lot of spawns from their Sundays. They had to rely a lot on beacons and galaxies, and coming into this next round, because this is LaneSmash, and people kind of learn from their mistakes as it goes on, we're probably going to see a correction for that. They've likely worked on that, honed it in a little bit, and maybe they've got actually some strategies to deal with their spawn and the logistics problems. So we're going to see some interesting plays, I'm hoping, by SHSK. They are actually a pretty adaptable team in some cases I've seen. Unfortunately, that last match we saw them on, they didn't adapt very well at all. This time around, I actually expect a lot from them because they're still a strong team, and I do think they can pull that around.
I feel like compared to TM, they might be lacking some of those flex roles, people that can pull an armor vehicle if needed, pull an aircraft if needed, and still do decent. I feel like on the SHSK team, people are more specialized in their roles, which maybe that is the issue with why they
It could be.
lack ground
could be.
control.
Yeah,
But we'll have to see how this match plays. It's not fair just saying off one game.
that's true. That's true.
But that being said, I think they're like, if you saw the last game, SHSK is brilliant at holding onto a point with just medics, as Galos noted, without
Yeah.
spawns. Their medic team play is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think actually they had around, I think it was 600 reses at the end of that match. It was
It
insane.
was 400 just in the first round.
Yeah.
That was insane. If you remember one RPC from the old 12v12 days, imagine that, but on a bigger scale. It's nuts how good they are at it. And these are all these bases are close buildings. The capture points are.
Yeah.
So I could see them pull it off just by holding onto those points.
Yeah. So if we look at the rest of these bases, not just Aurora Mass, but assume for a moment that they SHSK actually takes that and goes to Manny Lake, they're going to have to hold on to this chevron building here. And this chevron building has a lot of special little areas. If you want to hold on to just the building, which I don't recommend, but if you wanted to, you can. There are good hard light barrier spots, obviously in the doors right there, and then you can set up a turret usually right there and actually cover the angles that you need for these guys to be looking out the back door. But most importantly, if Beway plays it like they played Genudyne in the last match, we're probably going to see them have a lot of medics inside, a lot of resonates going off, and whether or not TM can push into that is going to be entirely up to how well they can probably cheese it, whether sending lol pods inside of the doors.
The match will start in 10 minutes.
Okay, another delay there, I think. Whether or not they can send lol pods into the doors, how good their maxes are going to be, and just how much firepower really they can bring vehicles into those doorways, because that was what saved them on the last match we saw. They had just a absolute dominant mastery over the cheese that they could bring. And that is likely what we're going to see from TM. But if B-Way can kind of counter that, or the SHSK team rather, can kind of counter that, they very much can hold on to that building. If we look at the other side, if for a moment TM actually does cap and goes to Freyr Geo, the SHSK team is going to have a very tough time coming in to try and save Freyr Geo, because if TM gets a hold inside of this building, that means that SHSK has to come in from these two very open spots as well as this open spot here, and air dominance. They had an okay time first half last round we saw them controlling the air, but after a while, they kind of let it go, and just a few Banshee Mossies can easily take out this entire ground right here. Not a lot of issues with that. And then, of course, if they're going in for a flank...
but honestly, even one Banshee Mozzie is enough if they're good.
Yeah.
It's insane how strong air-to-ground is in this format.
Yeah, because these are open bases once you get past that area, at least for the long run. SHSK is going to have to come around on this open area, There's just so much open ground here. And then, not only that, but TM has this double stack. And for people that don't know, double stacks actually you can hold those very, very well. I've always found that to be the case. the doors being there, and then you can have hard light barriers set up for a head glitch on the stairway, a hard light barrier set up on the door, preventing any kind of momentous push. And then even if there is, of course, there's a balcony right here, which means that TM is going to be upstairs shooting down. As is the case with anybody that knows how to hold a double stack. So it's going to be very tough for SHSK if they manage to lose the neutral. They can probably only hope that they really make sure they win that neutral. That's going to be a major, major play for them.
I think if TM manages to win the neutral, I'd say they have a very good chance of capping Freya Geothermal, because it is a lane where your cheese and your armor play is very relevant, and it seemed in the previous match like TM was better at that than SHSK was. But maybe they can show us something else, prove me wrong. Maybe they practice that.
Well, SHSK is pretty well known for practicing. They do a lot of practicing. They do a lot of drilling. They try to make sure that they have a plan set up for when things might go wrong. Unfortunately, we didn't really see a lot of that happening in the last match. But again, a team like that, we can only hope they have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C set up for when things go wrong. Because obviously in a LaneSmash, things will go wrong. There's a lot of factors to think about when it comes to these kind of maps.
Yeah. As you said, they've been practicing a lot. I looked at the Jaeger reservations, and I think they practiced 5 times since the last match, which was 1 week ago.
It was only a week ago, yeah. So they've been practicing
so
nonstop.
2 days they didn't practice on. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of work. But if you want to beat some of the best teams in the tournament, or if you even want to be some of the best teams in the tournament, that's really what you want to be doing. And obviously, SHSK is a strong team. 5 minutes until. Now, unfortunately, we don't have rosters, but I do know a few of the people that are playing for the SHSK team, including, obviously, Dudus Flutus. We have Canadian Dubness likely going to be their lead, and a few other air guys. Not a lot of flex roles in what I've seen from their roster, at least what's in the team speak here while we're looking. But those air guys can play infantry fairly well as well. So don't count them out just because they're not able to play vehicles as well. But it is good. It's a good air game that they have. I think they're going to be at least okay from the initial, hopefully. What do you know about the TM team?
So on the TM team, to stick with the air game, as many of you probably know, most of TM's air is Bling from Cobalt, a very strong air outfit for 6-ish years now. So we see Puff Daddy in there, we see Deathbringer, we see Excel, famous for his Banshee, Crowley, a bunch of strong pilots. But we also see a strong infantry lineup. We see, for example, Assing Power, another great flex player, can do anything. You can put him in a vehicle, you can put him in the air, you can put him on infantry, he'll do great. We see Shrimp, not a flex player as much. But he put on a stellar performance last match in the mech suit. If you didn't know
Yeah.
who that was, 0-1 Saltworks, that was Shrimp.
Yeah. Me and Osprey were following him around quite a lot in that last match against TM, and it was quite a treat to see 0-1 Saltworks just constantly the front line kind of walking tank that he was. Never really went down that often. I think we saw him die maybe twice. I remember once, but I think he might have died twice.
In the first half he died. I think in the second half he didn't even die.
Okay, so
this man has serious mech skills.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he manages to pull it off again. Another one I want to point out is
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, okay. He may have disconnected there. He's coming right back though. Who he was talking about there was Toby Wolf, their bolter. He was actually playing a bolter last time we watched as well, and he tried to kind of hold on to those back caps quite a lot. We watched. He did, however, fail one time. He had to fight against Dudus. So a little 1v1 action did happen last time we watched Toby Wolf versus Dudus.
2 minutes until match start.
My TeamSpeak just crashed there, but I'm back and I wanna. I'm not sure if you already pointed it out, but he is a daimyo god.
Oh yes.
That's all I have to say.
Daimyo clan leader Toby Wolf.
Yeah. Well, him and interlude.
Yeah.
Something else we can talk about real quick is the new TM logo.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know what TM stands for, it's Territory Matters. And I feel like this logo captures that a lot better with the hexagons, like the territory.
I do like that. I think it looks very nice. I like the color scheme as well.
I saw an even better color scheme, but
Really?
it had like a rainbow color scheme.
That would have looked quite pretty, I think.
Yeah, that would have looked nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, sadly it's not allowed.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, well.
At least the current TM logo does look very good, though.
It does
1
look good. I
minute
like
until
it.
match start.
I think Atipic made that. So shout out to him.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's interesting that he went with pink on that on the M there rather than like a purple, because it looks like you've got all the faction colors, but rather than
I
going,
think it's supposed to be Vano, yeah.
it doesn't quite look it on stream at least. Maybe it could be a trick of the eyes. It just doesn't. It looks a little bit more like a violet pink, I think.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, can't have everything.
Personally, I actually prefer Vano's cyan color if I'm doing something like this, but I don't think it would have fit this one.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, I'll go take a look at the B-Way team as soon as they start. Why don't you go take a look at the TM team? We'll see what happens from the right from the start.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start. Match start.
All right, so taking a look at the SHSK team, we've got... Is this their air? I see one Reaver.
I see a lot of Mozzies for TM.
Yeah, that's
a
like ton of Mossies. Unless this unless this single Reaver is going to hold off the entire Mossie army up here, there must be something else. Yeah, here it is. Oh wow!
What are these? There is a few Sky Guards.
Yeah.
Must be like 10, 12 Sky Guards.
That is a lot of Sky Guards playing on this field right now.
That's an interesting play.
Usually not the best idea for the starter, but maybe they might have something up their sleeve for this one.
Yeah. But no one flipped the point yet. The point is still... The base is
well,
still...
you know, SHSK last time around, they actually flipped the point twice before establishing that full air dominance, so that might be what's going on.
True.
What's going on here? They want to fully establish air dominance by just kind of pelting the air vehicles with the Sky Guards before moving in and actually trying to take the point. Again,
so
neutral
what I
base.
saw happen here is I saw three Vanguards pushing up to our raw materials and sort of hiding behind it, waiting for Prowlers to push into the Sky Guards and then shoot them from behind. That was actually a pretty decent play.
Now, there's still a fairly significant amount of Sky Guards here.
Pushing ahead.
Yeah, a pretty significant amount of Sky Guards here. SHSK actually able to bring a bus a little bit closer to the base. They haven't started moving in yet for obvious reasons, but they do have an okay dominance with at least some of the air right now. They don't have any Reavers in the air, but they're keeping those Mossies off of the bus for right now.
Yeah, but they're doing it at a big cost. I don't think they're winning these armor fights.
Yeah, I will say these armor, these tanks here, these vanguards are having a hard time. They're actually getting pelted from the base itself. There's strikers going out against them. A couple more tanks that are about to go down. Looks like 0122 loses his tank. We've got only 2 vanguards left. They're gonna have to flee from this situation.
I see Lizard with the Sunday for SHSK now deploying next to the triple stack. That's the deploy to the Sunday, and it's got flag on top.
Okay,
they
so
are really focusing on this air deterrence.
Oh, is that what I think it is? There is a bus inside of Aurora Mats. Can I just say, I have...
Okay, so Gallows, go next to the L shape. I've got a little treat for you.
Oh no, I know exactly what happened here. Okay,
yeah.
So they used a hard light barrier for the bus to get on top of the tank, and then the tank, because this has physics associated with it, lifted the bus up over this wall. That is amazing. I have spent so long trying to get buses inside of Aurora mats only to be met with failure. That is an incredible play. I've never seen that.
So the traditional spot to do this would be next to the teleporter room, over the little boxes. But doing that from the biolab side is quite hard to pull off because you're gonna expose yourself to the NC armor in this case. So that's a really smart play right there.
So now TM does have a bus set up inside, obviously a Bulldog and a Cobalt. The Bulldog more for just kind of making that whole screen shake for the SHSK guys, but then that Cobalt coming in for the finish. It's going to be very difficult for SHSK to even try to cross from the triple stack over to the powerhouse to try and get into that point room. But with enough of them there, I think they can do it. Right now we do have, looks like 3 minutes left on the cap. TM still hold.
SHSK Sunny just went down. There's another one, but
there is another one. Yep. Oh yeah.
It's about to go down as well.
Yeah, there it goes. Oh, is that 01 Saltworks? 01 Saltworks here driving a harasser for the open.
Ground trooper today.
Oh, is that
so
okay?
A famous harasser driver.
Yeah.
And the Skyguards are pulling back.
Yeah. Ooh. SHSK having a real hard time with this opener here. They're gonna have to change up their strategy, I think, and try to go about this a different way. They still have enough time to fix this up. If they have a plan B, now is probably the time they want to implement.
They managed to keep the air away, but the air was still constantly harassing the Skyguards and the armor from long range. While the harasser managed to go in here and just finish off the targets. This is really well played from TM. They got hard countered and they still made it work for now.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Said, the Vanguards are completely taking control of the battlefield here.
Oh yeah, the Vanguards have destroyed any of the TM Prowlers. Yeah, so we've got more ground support this time from the SHSK team. They don't have much time left though, so they gotta start moving.
Yeah,
looks like we do have a buff.
TM pilots on the ground here as infantry, so I think what might be happening here is TM just saying, fuck it, we lost us, let's just go and settle on the base.
Yeah,
because that can work very well on this base.
That's true.
And I'm sure they know that, because it happened before in many LaneSmashes.
Yeah, and this is a good base for kind of turtling inside, especially when you don't have to worry about this mountain here shelling anything.
And SHSK is slowly getting out of their vehicles and starting to push in here, I think.
Only about a minute left. SHSK has to fight through a lot of TM in order to make it up here. If they do a big coordinated push, we might see it happen. But at this point, it's looking a little grim for them. They gotta start moving.
I see a few LAs from SHSK going up. They might be going for those beacons, and there's not much of TM people on the roof. Oh, he got spotted out.
Yeah. I don't see. Oh yeah, there is triple stack.
And there's at least one max inside there.
Oh good, yeah, good portion of SHSK team inside of the triple stack.
But there's a Sunday, right?
Now that Sunday is going to hurt them very, very badly here. If they want to make a push, they got to deal with this Sunday first, and they've only got 30 seconds left. They've got to start moving here.
So that Sunday will probably die, but it will buy TM so much time.
There goes Alex's bus. Now SHSK taking the momentum. They're going to be pushing here. Not a lot of time.
Push up small stairs though. That's probably the worst angle.
Oh no! They got C4'd. A couple of them went down. The max is only half health. Oh, but he's back to full. There they go. Here goes the push. They're going up skinny. That max obviously leading the charge. Oh, but met by Shrimp.
Push.
Here's Shrimp again. There goes the cap for TM. Oh wow! I did not expect the.
1-0 for TM.
Did not expect that. I kind of thought that Shrimp maybe wasn't playing today because he wasn't on 01 Saltworks, but.
Well. How did this Vanguard get inside?
Really?
Yeah, I do not know how to do that.
You know, I have spent a long time.
To get in.
No, actually that Prowler was dead at the time, but
okay.
I did see a hard light barrier still there. I'm wondering if they used the hard light barrier somehow. Okay, well, TM caps the first base here, putting them at a score of 1 against SHSK's 0 right now.
I still see at least 2 Sky Guards and 1 Vanguard for SHSK, but they abandoned most of the armor and therefore lost it.
Now, one thing to note here, TM actually managed to cap that, but they couldn't get a back cap started, so they do have to hold on to this until they can at least get someone back there to start that back cap.
We saw this in the previous match, and well, TM, or the people in TM that were on previous teams before, are generally known for getting that backup immediately. I feel like that's actually paying respect to the SHSK team, because by not doing that, they basically say, we need everyone to push this through. We can't risk even having one person at the next base already.
Yeah, SHSK has been really putting a lot of pressure on this TM team. Despite losing the actual base, they had a very commendable effort there. Almost managed to get inside the building and at least get it flashing. That would have given them enough time to maybe even get a second wave. But commendable.
And they had the worst angle to push from.
Yeah, that's true. So now I do see a little pop over here in this hex, but I don't know. Oh, look at that! You see, there's a ton of recon darts over here on the building itself, with a couple of guys, actually a lot of guys inside the building for Freyr Geo. It looks like SHSK has kind of resigned the neutral, going for that defense.
I see a Sandy coming up for TN. Is this just gonna be another SHSK turtle game? I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
They should really go for this neutral base again. They need that point.
Well, hopefully, I think what might be happening is they're just turtling for the for maybe that initial push, and maybe they'll have something set up in the back as like a back cap as soon as it starts. I wouldn't be surprised. They have been known for kind of like deceptive tactics like that.
Absolutely, they do have.
There goes the TM bust. A lot of Reavers, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 Reavers now.
Yeah, TM kind of moving a little quickly.
Air Force is coming in now. A bunch of Mozzies just flying in.
Yeah, it looked like the TM Sunday got a little bit ahead of itself. So not only we'll look at this air duel while we're waiting on TM to get something set up, at least for the grab. It's good long range fights happening here for the SHSK team. These are fairly experienced pilots. These guys, most of them, I'm sure from the roster that we looked at anyway. So they know not to kind of push this and get out of position. Just like an infantry fight, these fights can get very one-sided if you get even one pick off. So you got to be very careful with your pushes. And here goes one Reaver. What's he doing?
Trying to flank.
Oh, maybe. I just saw him drop.
Oh,
he is an infill as well.
This
Oh, that's. Oh yeah.
He is going for.
He
the
goes for the beacon.
Is
Oh no! He gets immediately lol potted.
And they're immediately going for the beacon as well.
Yeah.
Failed the Mozzie.
Oh, but one. Oh, a couple. Oh, only 3, 4, 5. I see 5 SH6 SHSK on the roof. Another beacon drop. Look at that. Only a second that TJ was kind of uncloaked, and then the TM team kind of destroyed him immediately.
A Mozzie to death. That is very unlucky for that mosquito. Oh my god, that doesn't happen often anymore.
Only a second that TJ was uncloaked, and then he immediately died, but only a second it took for almost half a squad of SHSK to get inside of this building. That's all it took.
That being
said, was quite good coordination.
TM seemed ready for this.
Yeah.
The pilots immediately dropped out, immediately rocket potted anything that dropped. They had a beacon set up to get on this roof.
That's true,
and
but
they're already pushing back towards point.
With the SHSK team in here, Zyrus just took like 3 down there. With the SHSK team, he did finally die, but he took like 3 before he got.
They don't have a beacon anymore, so they are completely relying on medics. That being said, they all
there's another beacon.
already have a minute on this point.
Yeah,
that's already a minute that they are safe from.
That was a very good coordinated drop by the SHSK team. They actually did a fantastic job. Basically, what they just did was took all of TM's momentum and then just stopped it. There was just a brick wall there, basically. They have to come back now, hold on to this for another minute before they can do anything more. SHSK, that gives them enough time to get their resources back, to get their Reavers in the air, and then start another push onto this base. There, you already see some guys on the roof here. They're going to.
Reavers actually took the opportunity of the TR air being focused on the ground to push up, and so did the armor. The SHSK armor is back at the base. I see 1 Skyguard, 2 Vanguards, and they're still holding the roof.
Yeah, and oh, here goes some lull pause by the TM team. Not a lot of effect there though. Most of the SHSK guys hiding in the crevice.
And
Oh, here they come.
is trying to push up big stairs, getting C4.
Oh,
and there's a harasser behind them. This
yeah,
is
you
not
can't
looking good for
you
them.
can't
Oh,
miss
no.
those C4s. Those C4s are absolutely powerful when it comes to countering a push like this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and we have Shrimp on top of a box over here, stopping anybody that got through. That's oh, Dubness actually goes down. He was the only one that managed to get in, and then is
That
immediately
is-
greeted by Shrimp on the box.
That is a cheeky spot for Max.
Yes, it is.
I still see a lot of. We might actually get a closer fight here between the Reavers and the Mozzies. Because the Reavers are pushing the Mozzies right now.
Oh, and there's a lot of Reavers up here too.
Yeah. And 1 Mozzie already down.
A couple of Reavers kind of losing their 1v1s here, but if there's more Reavers than Mossies, that's they can afford that.
I feel like they have so many, they don't really need to worry. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still resources lost, but
That's true. And this is a resource game, so you gotta be careful with how many you're gonna losing there. You know, you might have a big push with all these Reavers, but if that doesn't help you with the cap, you're really just expending resources without getting anything out of it. Now, I will say, looks like NC won this fight. SHSK is going to hold on to the air game, it looks like. Not a lot of
they
Mossies
didn't
left.
kill all Mozzies though. I still see at least 2 mosquitoes up.
Now, what we do notice is, despite winning the air battle, there's absolutely no ground presence. I see no buses for SHSK, no vanguards, no tanks of any sort for the SHSK team, so it's going to be hard for them to get any kind of spawn solutions besides beacons if they want.
There might be Cloakburst somewhere, because I see a lot of them in the triple stack. However, I can't find one, so maybe the bus is
Maybe,
down.
yeah. I'm not sure exactly. I do see a
I
max,
see
so
1 max. Yeah,
so
that's a
surely
step
they
up.
pulled it from something. I just don't see. I don't really know
It
where their
is.
spawn solution is.
It is a max with the bad NC guns, with the Hexos that aren't good anymore, but at least it's a max. That's
and-
an improvement for SHSK.
And it is Zyros in a max as well. Let's not forget some wise words of wisdom from Cheese Master Znipsel. Put your good players in a max. Zyros, very well known for being a big farmer on live, and he's been in a lot of scrims before, so he knows how to play this game when it comes to infantry. So putting him in a max is just going to make him even more powerful.
14 minutes remaining.
Oh yeah, SHSK absolutely has a cloak sandy here, and it's a bit far away, but they have a spawn, and TM did not find it yet.
Really? That's crazy.
And
Even
yeah,
I can't find.
They seem to have armor control.
Well, if it's far away, that's still going to be quite the run for the SHSK team. So they have to worry
I
about.
don't think they can get on point with it, but they can keep TM. But TM actually gets a.
Oh
back
yeah,
cap
we
here.
got the back cap going. Let's take a look
They've
and see what's going on.
been on it for 30 seconds and no one noticed that.
Well, they might have noticed. I did see a less presence inside the triple, but Zyrus I think is just going to hold on to his max inside of that building. Maybe if SHSK, which it looks like they're getting it back right now, if SHSK can hold on to this, they're kind of in a good spot there as long as that max doesn't go down.
TM has a relatively safe beacon here, so if SHSK doesn't find that, they could just redrop it once they leave.
Oh yeah.
What I did see there was Toby using the Dino, getting the headshot on the shielded heavy, and therefore not getting the kill. That is the trade-off of using a cool gun.
That's true. The Damio, well-known one-shot headshot for most cases, very low body shot damage, but if you're pretty good at hitting those headshots, it actually is a bit of an upgrade for you. Quite a strong gun.
It doesn't one-shot shielded heavies though.
Does not one-shot shielded
And
heavy.
that's a big drawback. SHSK is still trying to push onto this A point at Aurora Materials.
Well, right now they are
but
holding off
being
TM.
met with the Mercy Max.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen a big drop from TM onto that Freyr Geo, rather. You would think that they would want to establish a control in there just to make sure that the SHSK team has to kind of push from their spawn, because that's where TM is going to really to hold on to that base. They're going to hold on to it very well if they can get to that particular spot where SHSK has to kind of push in from an open ground area.
So I think why we haven't seen that yet is SHSK, sorry, TM does not have control of the armor game. And they are not comfortable about pushing out on the lane without having control of the ground game, of the armor game. They're not used to this. And there isn't a lot that you can do with flanking and sneaky Sundies on this lane. So I think that might be why they're so hesitant here.
Now we do have SHSK going in for the push on Dubs. I don't see Shrimp's Max in here this time around. Oh, no, there he is. He just got Phylactery res. Oh, but he goes back down, allowing SHSK to get at least 3 people inside. TM trying to push back in. It's a bit of an anybody's game on this.
TM is now gaining air control, so we might actually see a push here soon. It looks like.
Oh, Shrimp has died more times this match than I think I've seen him die in that last match total. So, SHSK kind of learning from their mistakes, taking down that Max real quick.
So I'm just watching the fight at Fire Geothermal a bit, and that's actually 1 or 2 Stalker inputs that keep dropping in here, one of them being Zenora. Just to annoy and to threaten that backup, I'd assume.
Oh, now would be the time for them to do that. Though I wonder, because we saw how quickly SHSK was able to get a full half squad of people inside of a building with only a second on the beacon. You gotta wonder if TM can kind of do the same thing, because it was quite a good drop.
TM is actually on the point.
Okay, let's take a
however,
look.
they don't seem to currently have a beacon.
Yeah, I don't see a beacon for them, but they do own the point. Only 2 people up here. It's gonna
Oh,
be.
they do have a beacon.
It's gonna be hard for them to hold on to this by themselves. You gotta hope that TM is kind of coming in real fast. Oh yeah, there is a beacon there, but I think the SHSK has already recognized that this has happened before, so it looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, that Reaver is going for the beacon. Doesn't
Yeah.
get it yet, but he'll get it.
Well, maybe. It's kind of tricky. Oh, he goes
No,
down.
that's
Oh
not
yeah,
what it instead.
poor
Oh,
canoodler
that
there.
was bro.
Yeah.
That is real unfortunate.
That was
Oh my
Canadian
God.
Warfare going for the beacon. Unfortunately, gets drop potted instead.
They get cleared off the point here.
Yep.
though.
Yeah. There is
expected.
again still a beacon up there though. So if TM wants to take this back, now's the time. There they go. We've got
That
6
beacon
drop
has
pods.
been there since the last attempt TM made on the space. It did not get cleared.
Resnade going out.
That finally goes down.
Ooh, SHSK kind of knows how to make sure that you don't get pushed into this building. Hard light barriers obviously set on both of these doors, making sure that momentum stops right at the door, and they have to kind of push it themselves.
So this should give, in theory, this should have given TM time to clean out, to find and clean out the Sundies on Aurora materials. However, they're both still up.
Ooh, and that's going to cost the TM team too, because SHSK can just respawn right away, come right back, and start dealing with this base again, essentially causing a stalemate for the TM side. They cannot get past this one base, and they really need to too, because this base is not where they're most strongly suited.
SHSK seems to once again have air control. I am actually quite impressed how they managed to keep air control as well as vehicle control for so long in the game. Majority of the game, probably. At least, maybe not air control, but they definitely had armor control for majority of the game.
Now, inside this triple stack, let's take a look at what we've got for squad comps. I see 2 Maxes, neither one are Zyros, and I don't know who these guys are, but Max is important anyway. If you want to have a push, you got to have Maxes. Now, we see them pushing. C4 went off, but it missed.
Oh no. Right into Shrimp again.
Oh,
Shrimp
but
is standing
Shrimp gets
on
the
box
cleanup.
top.
Once again, Shrimp just kind of cleaning up anything that manages to get past the rest of the infantry. That is a strong play with this Max.
Oh my god. That is disgusting. Though,
Yeah,
huh?
that is pretty gross.
Maxes are the ultimate backcap denial strategy.
That's true. Although there's so many infantry in here, even without the Max, honestly, TM has a lot of infantry here that could probably be used over at the next base. I'm surprised we have not seen any kind of movement by the TM side. They really are kind of sluggish this time around.
They might just be turtling this lane, this base.
Possibly. Yeah.
I am surprised, but it looks like it actually. SHSK actually making a push on point here over the bridges.
Yeah, I
So
do
one
see the
Max
point
and two
flashing.
infantry inside.
Max inside,
And
several
Shrimp
infantry.
went down, finally.
Phylactery Max. Oh, but they take him down a second time. They were waiting for him to phylactery run. Here comes a C4. Takes down a
And
Max.
and C-Max goes down. That's a lot of death on both sides.
Yeah. And Max is not cheap. Neither is C4 really, but I think that the TM side is actually utilizing these C4 a little bit better than the SHSK team. You kind of saw 2 C4 bricks take down the 1 Max for Shrimp. And Shrimp has been up so long, at this point I'm sure he's coming back as a Max.
I haven't really seen the TM team repull air, and I think what they're doing here right now is saying, well, if you're gonna push onto our point, then we don't need air because this base is inside and you're barely ground pounding anyway. So we'll just put those pilots on the ground.
It's interesting placement for some procs, or some tank mines rather, outside the skinny door for the SHSK team. That's, some would say, a little risky for them to put that there. If they have a bunch of people kind of stuck outside and an EMP goes off, those are going to kill a lot of people.
Yeah, if this was live, I'd shoot them before I would push there. I would not leave those
5
20
minutes
mines.
remaining.
So, okay, we've got 5 minutes remaining, so if TM
Score
wants to
is
move
still
out from here,
0 to
they need
1.
to make a move now.
In favor of the TM side, score 0 to 1. TM, all they really have to do is hold on to this for this first half and then really push it second half. At this point, they probably just want to turtle it. I bet there's not a lot of time left to cap the other base with, if you include the amount of time it might take to actually deal with like a quick flip, neutralization, even a full pushback from this SHSK team. Not very much time left for the TM side to kind of push on that next base, so I don't think we're going to see them move a lot.
I'm a bit disappointed in TM here. I did not expect them to turtle. I know the meta is sort of shaping into turtle mode, but it's just so boring to watch.
Okay, so SHSK just actually big push coming from their side on the skinny door.
God,
they are
completely missed
inside. Very, very big push. That was a great clear by the SHSK team. They took out a lot of TM guys and actually managed that push
They
very
seem
quick.
to immediately get repushed though, and now it's a resonate war again.
Yeah.
And we
Both sides getting a lot of reses, honestly.
think TM is getting the upper hand.
It looks like it, yeah. But if there's enough resonades, it can still be anybody's game because there's a lot. We saw how effective SHSK team is with resonades. They can res a lot before they stop spawning here.
I think we have to point out though that TM definitely stepped up the game in that regard. The medic play is a lot better than it was last time.
Yeah, we didn't see very much medic play at all.
SHSK making these pushes, TM actually responds to medic play with them, and that's very good to see that they learn from that.
Yeah, definitely.
At the same time, SHSK, while they weren't successful in their attacks, I am very happy to see that they're playing a more aggressive game. They didn't just go on turtle, they actually tried to go for this base. And I feel like this TM turtle might be a protest move because some TM people have expressed that they're very unhappy with the current turtle meta, so maybe they're just doing it to show everyone how good they are at it, or how boring it is.
Possibly.
I'm not sure, but I'm not a fan of it. I'd much rather see them
Oh yeah.
try and go ahead, because that creates so much, that makes the fight so much more interesting.
It does make it more interesting. At the same time, though, if the meta works, you usually use the meta anyway. So if this is the current meta, they are doing it very well. And you can see just how effective TM has been at kind of holding them off.
2 minutes remaining.
Even when SHSK actually pushes in, like they're doing right now, TM is going to come back in, and they're going to do a quick sweep and clear from the fat door. They've done it multiple times now, and I'm sure we're going to see it again here in a second. In fact, here it comes right now. There goes the C4, takes down the Max immediately. Flamus going in with his shotgun. And there goes the clear. Only one medic left. TM now holds the building once again. There is a back cap, by the way.
There is a backup.
Not really any time. Yeah, no time left for them to cap it.
Let's see who it is, though.
Yeah.
Let's give some shoutouts to.
Crowley.
Yeah, I see Crowley, but there must be someone dead on point. Sure. No, it's just Crowley.
Crowley
And,
just got. Oh, he
Captain
goes down
is
immediately.
actually the pilot.
Yeah, so a little bit of time there. Now that's 30 seconds
That's
that SHSK had to deal with this, and you can see how many people had to come back to deal with this. It's so.
Well, if you see that backup, you don't want to take any risks. You pull everyone back.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That whole back cap meta. I feel like, you know, turtling might seem like the meta, but I just still feel like getting a back cap off is so much more effective than simply turtling. Definitely more enjoyable to watch. Oh, good shot there by Deathbringer on Alex. Good headshot. Good TK.
Yeah, I feel like
30 seconds remaining.
of course backcapping is an effective way of defending because you deny the catcher, but you always risk losing
the base you came
from. Yeah. Also, you need to have ground control and ideally also air control, or it's really hard to pull off. Because you just give the enemy time to set up at the base you're about to defend if you fail.
5, 4, 3,
it's rough.
2,
1.
1.
I'm not really sure how to
Round
train
end.
people, but
Round
I'm just
end.
glad
All
we
players,
have.
please leave the continent. All players, please
I'm just
leave
glad
the
we have
continent.
lanes of neutral bases like this, where a fight gets forced at least in the first 10 minutes.
All right, so let's talk about that first half. What we saw a lot of, especially from the opener there, SHSK actually focusing a lot on that ground game, really wanting to establish control and get Sundays up. We actually saw a ton of that this time. So that means that they were at least, they're learning from last time's mistakes. Unfortunately, it didn't go well for them. I think they pushed a little too slow for their opener.
All players, please remember you will have to spawn in on another continent and then spawn back on this.
So we saw a lot of slow movement by both sides, honestly, but TM had less to lose. I think SHSK kind of moved much slower than they should have been moving for that opener. They had to get in there. They had to start pushing very quickly, and unfortunately, when they did, TM had plenty of things set up for them, ready to go. Hopefully, once again, you know, LaneSmash is entirely about learning and figuring out what you need to do to counter what just happened. So hopefully, SHSK team, they're going to come in the second one, fresh face. They're going to figure out, you know, they need to move quickly. They had an okay strategy of getting ground dominance, but they have to move a lot faster.
Players from short stack to redeploy before you can come back.
I'm
Just make sure
actually
you're fully deployed on another continent.
I am actually surprised. Like looking at the later game, I'm really surprised by SHSK's opener. They won the air game when they tried later on. I'm not sure why they went follow Skyguard. It's not like they couldn't have won the air game apparently.
Yeah,
So-
they were able to establish air dominance with just those Reavers, and you know that's expected.
Yeah.
They have pretty good air guys.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why they did that. Honestly, it's confusing to me.
It might have been just a play to make sure that the air guys had less of a problem when they did spawn their Reavers, but then you got to worry about you know, after pulling that initial vehicle, which is the Skyguard,
Both teams can return to their continent and to their home base.
the next pull is not going to be free like the Skyguard was, so that's an initial
For short
cost.
stack, Okay, thank you.
That's an
Cancel,
initial
everyone's
cost
good.
that they can't deal with later on.
Quick stat break. I just got stats in here, and because we talked about it earlier, I have the revive
Again,
stats on
all
here.
teams may now return to continent. Everyone may now return to Esamir.
We really need to figure out something with these whisper lists. So revives for TM 69, and for short stack we have 173. So that's still more than double the revives.
Yeah, quite a
given.
lot of
That is-
revives.
We also see 511 kills for TM though, and only 356 kills for SHSK. So that makes for TM seems better at killing, but they also don't revive each other. Maybe if they could do both, they would be even stronger. But they're already winning, so why fix what's not broken?
That's true.
Just if I was them looking at this, that's probably what I would fix. And if I was short stack, as I said, I do not understand why they did that opener. But they need to focus on killing. Just kill more people.
Mm-hmm.
That easy.
All right, so if we want to look at this map before we get started here, once again, Aurora Mats obviously is the neutral. If TM does what they did last time and actually manages to
Match start in 2 minutes.
take the neutral, instead of fighting every now and again at Geo, we've got Manny Lake here. Now the difference between Geo and Manny Lake, the actual ground game is a little bit faster for TM, because if they pull out from the terminal here, all they have to do is move right over here, and they're already at the garage, and then move over here. You've got the the back Sunday as well set up. It's fairly open, but it's always open. This is Esamir. Now, the other thing they have to worry about, though, is if they do manage to cap the neutral, what it means is that the SHSK team can just call them from right about here, and then hold off any kinds of spawns, because they have direct line of sight onto the spawn
Match start in 1 minute.
for the TM vehicles. So if TM wants to go big on vehicles and actually start getting some logistics set up on Manny Lake, we're going to see SHSK kind of really try and dominate them from the angles around this area here. Really make sure they don't get pushed at all. If they do, however, get overwhelmed, it's going to be coming in from another base, I bet. Because it's going to be really hard for TM to just kind of pull all of their resources from one terminal here, try and push up from Aurora Mats. That's assuming, of course, TM takes the neutral, as they did this time.
So you remember the last match we streamed on this lane about a month ago?
Mhm.
We actually saw a lot of Harasser playing Money Lake Satellite.
That's true.
I'm curious if we get to that base,
Match
if we'll
start
see
in
that
10,
again.
9,
We're going.
8,
I'm gonna look
7,
at TM.
6,
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
And
2,
I see
1.
very
Match
similar
start,
setup to
match
first
start.
round. A few more prowlers, I think.
Oh, all right. Well, it looks like SHSK has changed their plan this time. We have a ton of Reavers
I just
here.
saw 2 Reavers crash.
Yeah, I saw the 2 Reavers crash, and that's never good too. That was your only free
that's
pull.
awful.
Everyone else is everything
Funny
else
though.
from there. That's going to cost some resources. But yeah, a lot of SHSK in the air here. We're going to see a lot of initial air battle happening here for at least the first few seconds.
They did this in the in the last week's match, in the first opener, and it didn't work out. But this is a different lane, so maybe they have plans of this. But they're not really pushing in, which is quite surprising to me. I feel like if you have such an airball, you'd want to push the Mozzies.
Unfortunately, my obs cam did just get stuck here, so I'm going to have to redeploy for a second. Can't really watch that. That happens sometime.
It looks like the Reavers are winning. However, the Mozzies are taking out a good amount of Reavers. So they're not winning very convincingly. Which on the resource game is probably quite good for TM.
Mm-hmm.
Because these weren't free anymore. There was not enough time. These normally if you pull before the game starts, you have enough time to regain the nanites from what you initially pulled. But this time, in halftime, you do not get enough time to do that. No one flipped the point yet on Aurora map.
Yeah, I'm
It
seeing
looks
just
like
a lot
both
of
teams are
air.
waiting.
Yeah, they're both just air battling it out right now. Once this initial air battle goes out and we've seen who the victor is, I think that's when we're gonna see some pushes going in.
It's still going, and these Mozzies did a hell of a job.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's incredible, honestly. There were so many Reavers in the air, and these Mossies have actually cleaned up almost all of them.
I think
there are some more coming.
one or two repulls, but even then, this was incredible.
Wow. To see the amount of Reavers that they had at the beginning, and to see how many are left, that was quite a cleanup by TM. Now it does still look like SHSK is going to hold on to the air game. There are still more Reavers than Mossies, I believe. But again, the amount of Mossies used by the TM side versus the SHSK side, considering that was actually a pretty good showing by TM. Now we have a ton of ground control here by TM. While that entire air battle was going on, we have Crossjun, we have Shrimp, we have others in these prowlers, just kind of holding on to the areas that they need to so that the Sundays can get deployed, which they haven't deployed, weirdly enough.
SHSK actually has point control though, and they have maybe 15 people inside here?
There's a lot of people.
Ooh, they're getting ground pounded though.
So one thing we know about the TM side is they know how to cheese. It doesn't matter where you are, they're going to do something here to start cheesing you. I would not be surprised if we saw Max. Here we go.
There's the Max.
Shrimp in a Max, pulling back right now. I'm sure he doesn't want to waste this
Max. I see
Max.
a lot of pilots on the ground again, on the TM side. That just sort of bailed the ESFs.
Kind of scattered
See
forces
Puff,
here
you
for
see
the TM
Overkill,
side.
see Crowley.
Now we do have TM. They're starting to push now.
They need to group up though if they want to push this.
Oh, they're pushing it. They are
pushing
grouped
one
up.
by one, though. Oh, I did
Nope,
not
here
see
they
this
come.
one
Yep,
coming.
they're coming
I
up
was
on
looking at
Skinny
this
and
there.
Fat. Yeah, good presence by TM, taking it with half-time left.
That may even be a bit too early to do this play, honestly.
Possibly, yeah, but it is still devastating for the SHSK team if they want to get back in
SHSK
here.
actually takes armor control though. I see two
Oh, no.
Vanguards just working over what's left of the TR armor. Because they abandoned all of that to get on point.
Now we have Theobald. He just deployed a bus. I know SHSK. They're all. Yep, there they go. Immediate, instant spawns all on that bus.
They were ready for that.
They were.
Just waiting for it to pop
Yeah,
up.
SHSK has been doing a
And
fantastic
the
job at
TM
holding their
bus is
spawn.
about to go down.
What I've noticed is the SHSK team has been great at holding on to their spawns and saying, just wait a second, we're going to have this spawn, you're all going to use this spawn, we're going to move all at once.
That being said, TM is currently pushing the spawn somehow. Oh, they're getting pushed back. But they're camping them into the spawn, Sunday, almost. SHSK not really being able to move out of there.
Actually, no, they just moved into the L, so they've got a little bit of building control.
Okay. That's a good
Half Daddy
first
kind of stuck inside here. He's going to go down. Takes one with him, though. Doesn't matter, though.
Well,
Plenty of
doesn't
medics.
matter with those medics,
Yeah. So SHSK looks like they're going to make a play with the L
They
this
got
time
some
around.
big stairs here. It looks like.
If there's enough of
TM
them, they
ready
can
for them.
potentially
Actually
take
being
it.
There in the L shack, even though he died, he spotted out that push. And that is so valuable to TM right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Now, I expect a C4 here, because this is usually when those C4s go out. Oh, but the SHSK team's C4 actually went out. Actually managed to do a lot of damage to Shrimp there. He's going to have to go back in a second, wait for his
He's
reses,
full
wait for
of
his reps.
FD again already, though. And he's just... Those
Oof.
mercies are merciless.
15 seconds left. SHSK, only 4 guys left to make this push happen.
That does
TM.
not look good for them.
Oh, wait, there's some coming in Skinny as well. Ooh.
That could 3 seconds, that's... I think that's
I
Oh
think that was actually a pretty valiant attempt by the SHSK team.
That
I
was
think
incredibly close.
yeah, that could have been really bad for TM if they had grouped up a little bit more. TM, I think you're right. They did move on that a little too early, and actually that could have gone very poorly for them. I think they kind of lucked out on that.
SHSK made a mistake here. I've seen him do before, and it's a very simple one. It's not pulling maxes.
Yeah, I didn't see any maxes there. That usually helps quite a lot with the pushes.
And maybe they were low on nanites because they pulled all of
That-
the
yeah.
ESFs for the opener, but still.
Tons
you
of
gotta have
ESF.
at least 1 or 2 with nanites for max.
So now we have SHSK. They're on point. Shrimp goes down immediately despite phylactery, but they're on point. Lots of medics, and they have, I think, a bus still back there, right?
They should still have 1 bus up, yes.
All right, so
However, I think
TM's
that
gonna have to
thing
deal with
guys
it.
are dying.
TM is going to have to deal with SHSK all turtling inside of the point here. Lots of resonades going out. C4 is going out below the hard light barrier.
The first sun is being worked over by this harasser, and TM has air control again, so these spawns aren't gonna last long.
Questionable decision to C4 a medic behind that box, but that's a lot of resources for a single unit.
Oh, there's actually a SHSK max now.
Okay,
Finally.
that's good. That's what you want to see. So SHSK now has a max. It's got plenty of medics, it's got plenty of heavies, and as well as a couple of engineers for these hard light barriers. They're actually in a good spot here. TM's going to probably have a rough time getting up here, at least but there's a lot of time. So at least for the initial few minutes.
Rocket pod mozzies starting to rocket pod into double doors. And that is real nasty if you're trying to hold that. Because they have so much splash damage, they just take off your shields, or even kill you wherever you are on that point. You can almost splash the entire point.
Scoreboard bug.
At the same time, Street Scum's pushing up with his max suit here on big stairs. And there's a whole push of TM just waiting for them to get low.
Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. Yeah, the scoreboard I think is wrong. I'm not really sure why it didn't count that second cap for TM, but maybe I'm not quite understanding the rules. But yeah, at bare minimum, TM is still winning the match.
It's a 2-0.
It does say 2-0.
No, it should be 2-0.
It should be 2-0?
Why
Okay.
the scoreboard isn't showing it.
That's a server side one, so hopefully.
Yeah, you using the referees script?
Yeah, I'm using the referees.
Okay. You're gonna have to wait for them to update
Yeah.
it then.
I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure they'll fix their whatever issues. It's not too hard to figure out what's going on anyway. These scripts are quite nice anymore. Back in the old days, you'd have to worry about stopping an entire script and actually restarting it from the start. Nowadays, you can just add points where you need them.
Yep.
It's very nice.
SHSK is actually trying to pull out Sky Guts again close to the biolab to deal with this TM air control. But
So
it
now-
immediately gets down by all these mozzies. One
So-
Sky Gut against 4 mozzies, that's not
TM
gonna work.
now moving in with buses. Very short ride over. They don't really have to do anything special to get in here and start getting things set up. Whereas the SHSK team really needs to start moving on the defense here. If they either back cap, it would be a good idea. But if they can't,
Ooh, they just pulled a lot of Reavers actually.
Oh.
There's a Reaver ball taking care of this TRN.
so they might be anticipating how difficult it's going to be to actually defend this base if they don't have air control. Once again, very open base. There is more cover here than on Freyr Geo, but you can see once they get out here and have to start getting into the V building, it's...
That's a drop on the roof, and that's gonna be a beacon for SHSK once again.
Okay, so let's go
Immediately
take a
gets
look.
rocket potted, but the beacon went up, and that's gonna mean drop pods.
Yeah, and if we know SHSK, we know that they will all drop on that beacon quickly. Although...
I don't see any drop pods.
Yeah, they weren't ready for it this time,
That-
looks like.
Yeah, that did not work this time.
Alright, take a look back over here at Manny
that
Lake.
one
Now we
in
do
the air,
have
though.
TM. TM is now holding on to the point. They've got it flipped.
Oh.
Now,
Maybe that's why they didn't move.
we've
'cause they
talked
sort of
about
come-
this before, but the honestly, my preferred method to actually holding on to Manny Lake is not holding the building itself, but all of these buildings surrounding it, because there's so many crossfires that you have to worry about as you're moving up. if you end up having 3, 4, 5 guys in each building, there's so much to deal with, so much more to deal with than just the V building having to worry about. That said, TM has a pretty good idea of what to do when it comes to cheesing. So while that might be my preferred method, I'm not 100% sure what TM might want to do when it comes to like how they want to put their maxes down, or even if they want to get a harasser up here like we saw.
I really like all this tar medic gameplay we're seeing from the TM team. Well, we saw so little medic gameplay from them in the last round. They're doing a really good job at that this time, because the tar is great.
Oh yeah, I love the tar.
And they're abusing it to its fullest. And they need these medics they didn't have last time. Just for a little more staying power.
Now, I want to note the TM side. While they're inside the building and kind of turtling a little, no hard light barriers have been placed yet, which is it could be quite detrimental for them if SHSK decides that they want to push this. They have pretty much free reign. As soon as they want to, they can just run right inside the building. Very strong plays by putting those hard light barriers on these doors here.
What I think is interesting, what I see here, is Crosstown playing with a Thumper.
Really?
Yeah, maybe he's trying to deny the revive grenade spam. Maybe that's the idea behind it, because you can down multiple revive targets at once with that Thumper. And it too hits normal infantry, I'm pretty sure, so it's not a bad choice. As long as all the fights you take are on CQC.
Vano is with you. Do not falter.
Interesting choice.
It is an interesting choice. I'm gonna see if I can watch him kind of hold down angles if I can as soon as we start seeing that. Where is the SHSK team actually? I don't see them.
Something.
Yeah, they've got to have something up their sleeve. I don't see anything happening around the base right now, so I expect a gal drop any moment. Which I'm sure that the TM side has also noticed. So them. Oh, actually, I say that, but actually in the back, SHSK, they must have gotten a Sunday set up in the back there.
Yeah, they have a Sunday behind the hill here. They're just swarming.
Toby coming in for a clean, however. Crossjohn thumping the reses, but there's enough resnays for the SHSK team. They're actually able to get back up. And a medic is still alive. He's still going.
TM pushing in though. They're cleaning them.
Good attempt though by the SHSK.
Cleanup. They did not see it coming and they reacted very well to it.
Very surprised they didn't see that coming. That is a classic strat to just pull a bus, drive around, and have that set up in the back.
Oh yeah, that Sunday is great. And I see TM actually dropping on top of the rock here to ambush them as they run up the hill.
Ooh, but one thing I want to note, again, when you don't have air dominance, this is what's going to happen. This is a very open base. We've got lull pods on every approach when it comes to...
And Sunday is getting attacked as well. Getting nose gunned down.
I find your effort lacking.
Oh, hey, Alex on top here.
Yeah, he's been working over the Sunday and trying to flank the pushers. I want to say I'm impressed with the improvements that TM has made to the medic gameplay, but they still overextend, and I think that's something I need to fix. It's a lot better. Oh, there's a big...
Oh yeah, big push coming front door this time.
15 minutes remaining.
And it's only 18 seconds left on the cap, so this might be their last push.
Oh, they're getting pretty well held off at the front though. If there's enough medics, it'll still... Oh, no, there they go, they're going.
In the middle. They've made it, they're cleaning.
That was a great push by SHSK.
That was 10 seconds left. That was a great split push.
TM now losing their momentum. They don't have a spawn option here, I don't think. So they're going to have to figure something else out to come back in. SHSK just going to have to turtle on this point for a little while. Wait this out while they devise their next move.
However, TM has 3 minutes 30 on the timer here still. And that is a lot of time to get this ready again, especially if you have air control.
That said, 3 minutes left in the or 3 minutes left in the cap. That's more than enough time for SHSK to start re-pulling their Reavers, get air control back, and then they can push on with the next base.
TM is already trying to make a move. We see a small infantry push here.
Not only that, but we see a small convoy of buses.
Oh.
Small convoy coming in from the back. This is
That
expected.
looks like it's more than just deploy buses.
Yeah, I see a deploy bus. I see a cloak bus, probably going to be setting up around a sneaky spot, maybe over here, possibly going to hold them off from a different angle.
I actually see a Reza now. He's sitting on the hill with a kobold. Very annoying to deal with. Very effective. If you get the right angle with that.
So TM side, now that they have spawn solutions, we have to see what they do about grouping, because sometimes they do tend to overextend themselves. As we're seeing here, G-Power just kind of by himself. He gets a pick, but goes down immediately. Joe Creamer going in for the red.
There's no value in getting that pick really, because
There's so many reses.
They're just gonna get revived immediately.
Flamus going in with the shotgun once again. Gets a pick, but goes down.
The hard light barriers up for the SHSK team, and Dr. Psycho flips his Banshee mostly. That is unfortunate.
Very unlucky. Front door push coming in from the TM side. It's Alex and a Mac.
And quite a few heavies.
Oh, wow.
And that's
yeah,
that's
TM's gonna get the clean.
Clearing.
Now they have to cap it from half-time.
And you were right about the Reaver Ball. Reaver Ball is back, and they're working over those mozzies.
Yeah, that was enough time for them to get their resources back, so we've got Reavers coming in. That was going to help with that second push if they actually managed to secure this cap. But I guess they can use it now to just make sure they don't get lolpotted the entire time they're trying to make a push back into this base.
At the same time, all those people that they just put in Reavers can't be on the ground right now.
Oh.
And if they don't win this air fight, that's
so
big.
I want to note, TR, when it comes to air, you can see, even if they don't have an air presence, look at all of these striker lines. They are doing a nasty job at keeping these Reavers under control. They've got a lot of strikers going out.
So both these teams never have any. Oh, I see. What is this? This is a Fury Flash with a heavy on the back trying to kill the TM Sunday. I'm not sure how effective that is going to be.
Oh yeah, there they are. And it's a cloak one too, so they're just gonna keep coming back and harass.
Fury, it's just the Dusty on the back that's doing all the DPS. I feel like
that's an interesting play, actually. I wonder if that's gonna work, because you can see he's cloaking, staying back.
I'm not sure if that's a play, or if that's just we're just gonna have some fun because we're not winning this anymore.
I'm not sure. I actually think this is a play. I think this is really how they're going to try and deal with this. It's not amazingly effective, but you can see it kind of distracts one or two people.
Heavy already died.
Oh, so
no.
Yeah,
I've done it on live, and I love doing it, but this is not gonna work on
yeah.
They know that.
It did get a little bit of distraction happening for some of the infantry, but you can see it didn't really matter. There's more than enough TM in here to hold on to this. We've got 30 seconds left. SHSK needs to push in. There's a C4 at the entrance. Kills Lizard.
And the Fanta is actually doing a lot of work.
Kind of a bit of a med tool primarying happening here from some of these SHSK guys. You got to be careful when you're a medic and you're just going in for reses, because while you might get that res off, you know, if he's in a bad spot, why would he take it? You know, he probably got the res off on Lizard, but there's literally no reason that Lizard would take a res like that.
So what I've seen from...
Never mind, he took it. That was not a good res for Lizard.
That's another cap for TM.
Yep, another point.
3-0. What I've seen a lot, seen TM do a lot that I want to comment on is them putting turrets, AV turrets, but it doesn't really matter which one, next to these boxes, so that especially the maxes, but also normal infantry, can get another angle. So you can have more people shooting at one door.
We already have huge presence inside of this biolab. SHSK, not much time left for them to kind of turn this around. Not only do they have to get them out of their biolab, which is already a tough thing to do, but they then have to take back Manny Lake and Aurora Mats and Freyr Geo to make this an even score, I believe. So very, very tough match ahead here for SHSK. Not a lot of time. They really got to step this in.
On the other hand, if TM wants to take this biolab, I think the strat would be to take down the generator and then the SCU limit SHSK to one spawn and then just camp them in there, because it's such a bad spawn. But
that's true, but at the same
That's
time,
gonna be very hard as well.
the amount of times we've seen this kind of strategy try to happen, what ends up happening is this gen goes down, and then everyone starts fighting inside the SCU while the defending side throws rep nades at the wall over here and actually manages to rep that back up. So it's a very difficult thing to do to actually take the SCU.
I find your effort lacking.
So SHSK once again holding on to both B and C, but as long as A point is there, they can't do any kind of backcapping.
Yeah, this is. I doubt that TM is gonna give them the opportunity to backcap. At the same time, it's gonna be incredibly hard for TM to actually get a catch on this Biolab.
Yeah. Let's watch a couple of these individual plays. We've got Psychological Warfare with his big, I think that's a Bruiser, right? The
Yeah, the Bruiser.
yeah,
the
big
one.
shotgun. He's ambusher shotgunning, so let's see what he does as soon as he walks inside here. I expect oh, kind of missed his shot there. Bit of an overextension.
See a lot of LAs actually on the TM side, and I know they have some quite strong LA players. See Street Scum, see Netrox, Dr. Ecstasy, Zenora, Asing Power. They're really making use of these roofs.
C point now flashing, but TM's gonna get this back. More than enough presence inside here for them to hold on to.
It's good that they're making use of all these LA players they have. On the other side, maybe that's gonna be bad because they won't be able to get revives off on them. Then again, you have the instant spawn in Biolabs. It's hard to tell, honestly. It's interesting strats here. TM takes control of the SCU building, and they're gonna try to go for this SCU flip.
7 minutes remain.
And 7 minutes remaining would be enough time to capture the Biolab, even with just 2 points for TM.
Yeah, you can see there it's already at 6 minutes and a half. Very unlikely because it only requires a quick couple of flips, even just a neutralization to kind of vert that back to a very hard to cap time. But at the same time, if they manage to get B point, which TM is going right now, that's going to cut that time in half. Yep, there it goes. 3 minutes left now.
The SCU for it though, and I'm not sure if they want to do that, but
I think they want to. I think they really want this home base cap. We've got Snipsel up here. 3 minutes left on the cap. If they can hold all 3 points, this is going to be a.
They do want this home base.
Oh, they definitely want this. You can see.
These teams do not like each other. So whenever one of them gets a chance to humiliate the other one by getting the home base, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's understandable. Little rivalry every now and again. Usually healthy competition. You can see here SHSK holding on to SCU. Unfortunately, that means that they don't have much of a presence. Oh, actually, all 3 points are flipped. Zyro's holding on to C. I'm sorry, B. Meanwhile, C and A go back to TM.
TM might actually be going overboard on the lightest holds here, I think. I just saw 5 lightest holds standing in basically the same spot. They might rather want those people in heavies on the ground.
So SHSK, good presence inside the SCU room. You see how many shotguns are going off for the TM side. This is honestly, it's filthy. It's truly, these are very close quarters fights, so shotguns tend to have a very strong effect in these kind of fights.
Yeah. There's been people running shotguns all game, and I think that's something that we haven't seen as much in previous seasons of LaneSmash, but definitely this one, shotguns and C4. And I see a lot of TM maxes now on the SCU. There's like 3 of them, and the 4th one close. They really want to get this Biolab.
They really want this Biolab. You can see TM is super motivated to get...
flipping the SCU anymore. They're just trying to go for the spawn camps.
Alex once again in a max.
I just want to point out that is T Alex, not Hydration Clan Alex, for anyone confused.
Thank you. I was confused.
You were confused.
I was confused.
And my boy Alex does not play LaneSmash. He's just on the roster. So
very
he can
unfortunate.
be a winner. SCU is overloaded again, but there's not a lot of TM presence around it.
4 minutes remaining.
4 minutes remaining, gonna make it tough to get this cap.
Yeah, you say that, but if they can manage to get all 3 points, that's going to split this down in half once again, and that's only a minute and a
That's
half
true.
cap or so.
TM seems to be making a move on the SCU once again, but they might be just too late to stop the stabilization. It seems like it. Yep, there we go. That was a few seconds too late.
So I think we're, I think we saw kind of a similar thing happen from last time SHSK played against TM, where very strong first half. SHSK managed to hold off TM from getting a second base pretty well, but then second half rolled around, and TM just kind of started really pushing, getting very aggressive, getting those back caps moving a lot faster.
Something to note there is that SHSK in both matches won the coin flip and picked the starting side. So maybe they opened both matches on their stronger.
Yeah, possibly.
On their stronger side.
There would be it's not the worst idea to try and start on your strong side, because coming into that second half, you're going to have a lot of just basically morale and momentum. So everyone's going to feel
10
confident.
seconds on this SU, by the way, probably gonna go down here.
Yeah.
And that limits SHSK to just the teleporter room under the rock, which is by far the worst
real
spawn
bad spawn for them.
You are better than
So
this.
no spawns left for SHSK except for that pretty bad one over here in the alleyway. TM is just going to suppress them. There's only 2 people left inside the B point building.
And those are gonna clear it off soon enough.
Yep.
I can't imagine them staying around.
2 minutes remaining.
Joe Crema, Toby, and the rest of the TM team now coming in. They're getting that last point. But
SHSK is getting C point though. That's a big push. That's
yeah, it is.
10-ish people on the point.
I know that TM wants this. They're absolutely aching to get this home base cap before the time goes up. You can see just how hard they're pushing into this build.
And SHSK is doing a good job though.
Yeah.
Rotating hard to whatever side TM is not on. And I think they'll be able to like just draw out the time at just enough.
It does look like, yeah, because not only do they have, or did they get a lot of distraction happening on C point, they were able to flip B point back over because everybody rotated over to C. So now TM only has 1 point.
Through to A.
Oh, they're gonna meet each other over here. They both took a shortcut to try and avoid each other, but instead,
1 minute remaining.
Shrimp and another Max here, kind of dealing with this whole push.
And SHSK gets the SCU.
Shrimp goes down. Goes up with his phylactery red.
It's a miracle to get this capture now.
48 seconds, 31 seconds left on the cap. All 3 points are held.
They'd have to hold all these.
They
points
can't let
though.
a single thing flip right now, and there's a lot of presence inside a B room. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh, it all comes down to Kuhami's. He goes down.
Ah, he doesn't manage.
Oh, yeah.
Could still be in time though.
I don't think so at this point.
Gonna be very tight.
TM needs a lot of presence if they want this home base. They got to push into speed point
15
right
seconds.
now.
No, that.
I don't think they've got enough.
A valiant effort. But
Very
SHSK
close, though, yeah.
Did very good and managed to defend it. Just
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match end. Match end.
All right.
Final score is 3-0 to TM. Good game, everyone. Team captains, please join the Waiting for Interview channel for post-match interview.
So before we do any interviews, you have the stat sheet up, right?
yeah.
I would love to
Give me 1
know
second.
how many reses we had on the TM side and the SHSK team, because I think both sides did a great job at actually having medics really integrated in their squad comps this time around. We didn't see a lot of TM medics last time. We saw a lot of cheese, but not a lot of medics. This time around, pretty good.
So TM actually stepped up their game from 69 revives in the first half to 203 in the second.
Wow.
That is a big improvement.
Very
that
big.
is 130. And SHSK, I don't remember their number from first round. I think it was 200-ish. Is now at 485 revives.
So even more than that, they actually had double the number,
Yeah.
despite how much TM kind of picked up and tried to
Yeah.
get a lot of reses out.
They are definitely still ahead on medic team play on TM,
Awesome.
but
Pleasure.
TM is
Fucking
catching
genius.
up.
Hey everybody!
Hello. Hello. Is everybody having a nice day?
we're doing good. So first of all, GG to both sides. Congratulations to the TM team for your win. Very interesting to watch. I know you guys were going for that home base cap. We could definitely see that happening. First, I have a couple of questions. I want to talk about that opener for the SHSK team, because that was actually very unexpected. We did not expect at all to see so many Skyguards and actually kind of getting that at ground dominance before moving in. Was that the plan, or were you just kind of going for something new, something different, trying to throw off TM off their game?
So yeah, that wasn't my opener. The intent behind that, as far as I understand it, was obviously to deny the air. We didn't strike the right balance between denying the air and then having the infantry, for reasons that we knew they were going to be pushing out to the banana and the triple, and we did have a counter to that, but what we had planned didn't quite work out for various reasons. Obviously, I'm only going to share so much. But yeah, unfortunately, it was all quite predictable, but we had a few timing issues and stuff. So,
well, it was a pretty interesting strategy, and I still feel like that kind of threw off TM off their game. Znipsel, did it kind of feel a little bit strange to kind of deal with that? And after that question, because I have a follow up for that same opener. How did you find out about this crazy like bus inside of the wall thing that you managed to pull off first half opener? Because I have never seen that before.
I didn't pull this off. Like, this wasn't my thing, even if people maybe expected that.
I did.
The whole bus thing. The Bling guys actually came to me and were like, I have 2 hours in a bus and I know how to get one in this building. Yeah, they were clearly better in this regard. So yeah, we did it. I mean, part of this is copied from the idea of using Vanguards. I think the GSLD guys did it. Before that, we used to use the NG walls, but one update changed them a little. So what we did to them doesn't work anymore. So we needed to get creative.
It was very creative. It definitely looked like it stopped SHSK just in time when they had their push coming in. So commendable effort there. I've that was a really good use of a very cheesy spot with a very cheesy bus. As far as cheese goes, by the way, the SHSK team guys, we saw a little bit more max usage this time around. Was going into this match, were you kind of thinking about just overall just kind of doing a little bit more max play this time, or was this more of a we just need a quick push kind of thing going in this time around? What was the mindset behind a little bit more max play?
Well, we only needed more maxes simply because we had less infantry this time, and I think that showed when TM had about 15 infantry players inside that powerhouse, turtling in the first half, which was interesting to see. And so, we had to use maxes then to compensate for the reduction in infantry players.
Yeah, it seemed to have worked out okay. I will say that Shrimp, once again in that max Nipsel, doing a great job. We keep seeing Shrimp in these matches, just always in a very cheesy spot. So I'm sure we're going to see more of that as well.
100%.
So for the ground game, I want to talk a little bit more about that because we didn't see a lot of that last time you guys played against each other, and this time SHSK actually came in with a pretty decent ground game. They were actually able to hold off TM a little while, at least for a couple of times. We saw them come around, get rid of some spawns for the first half for the TM side, and actually managed to do a little damage there. Was that what was going on there? Did you want to just kind of correct some like mistakes from last time, or was this more of just this is a lane that we really need armor on kind of decision?
Well, we knew that once they didn't have any air control, that they wouldn't be able to contest our vehicles, which was exactly the case. But again, because we're taking away from the infantry contingent, we still lose that neutral base, especially if they're able to get their cheese inside in time.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a lot of interesting plays, honestly, by both sides. I think you guys both did a pretty great job. It was really interesting to watch. Because I have a question here for that first half for Zipsel. What was the plan for holding on? Was it
User
just to
joined your
turtle,
channel.
or was it?
No.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't the plan. So SHSK was just kind of holding you off really well there, or what was going on?
To be honest, like, we expected them to go to the point first and plan to push them out with usage of things that I can't talk about yet. No, we wanted to throw a fuck ton of grenades and would have tried to push them out of the point last minute. What may have worked, may have not. But in this regard, we just waited to keep the point at the start, because the more time we waste on them, the more nanites they will use for nanites, because they kept repulling. Like, we saw the initial wave they pulled of vehicles, and we killed some, and then we saw more popping off. We were like, okay, let's just kill their vehicles then. I mean, we have time. Like, the match can take 30 minutes, and then we kept the base in the last 4. Yeah. We tried to kill their nanites.
Yeah, it seemed like it worked out pretty well. A lot of the times we saw SHSK kind of holding on to their nanites, waiting so they can do a bigger, like a reverb airball pull. We saw that in the second half when you guys were fighting around Manny Lake. So it did seem like that kind of thing does work out quite well. For Dubness, we saw a few times in particular where a guy would drop in, he would drop a beacon, and then you'd have like almost a full squad drop in on that beacon. How good were those comms exactly? Because that is a coordination that you don't actually see very often, even in LaneSmash. That was like the beacon was up for like a second, and we saw up to like 6 to 7 guys drop on that same thing. What was going on there? How did you manage to do that?
Just having good cohesion with everyone, and we all pretty much understand one another, and then it's pretty simple. Yeah, it's pretty clean and cut.
Yeah, it was really impressive to watch. And then of course TM guys, you guys did a fantastic job with the cheese as always. Again, congratulations on your win. Billy, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, congratulations to TM, and thank you to both teams for showing us some new stuff we haven't seen in LaneSmash before.
Yeah, really, that was a very unique match to watch. That opener especially, very unique, and then the pure coordination on those beacon drops for the SHSK team, very coordinated. So congratulations, TM team. Thank you both sides for coming out and playing today, and thank you to everybody coming and watching. The next match, I always forget to get this up. Does anybody have the next match for me? Because I'll go ahead and announce it now.
The next
Isn't
match
it
is
next
tomorrow at 13 UTC.
Is it?
That is 93 OP versus CLCC? I'm not sure.
CICI. Yeah,
CICI,
we call them CL.
Okay, so that is the next match. So hopefully everybody comes out and watches that as well. Again, thank you to both teams. Congratulations to the TM team, and that is the rest of this stream. Watch the next match as well.
That also
GG's.
closes out the A bracket.
Yeah, that does round out the A bracket.